Well, let me set this scene here for you in today's gospel. We see Jesus entering the house of a Pharisee. So obviously, the Pharisee is probably curious about something that Jesus has done, maybe some kind of miracle, and wants to know a little bit more about Jesus. But he doesn't really want to be in relationship with Jesus. He wants to kind of be in the middle. Yeah, you could come into my house and eat and let me question you, but you know what? I'm not going to enter into a relationship with you. I'm not going to be a friend to you. And so that's why you see him here not give the hospitality that he was supposed to be given. Hospitality in this part of the country is notorious, and so obviously in this time as well, to not give the hospitality meant some kind of disrespect, meant some kind of boundary. I don't want to be the closest friend with you. I'm just inviting you in just for a meal or something like that. So I don't want to be your best friend. I want to be your acquaintance. There's also the scene of the woman, and I think this is a great scene. In all of our lives, I think, at least in mine particularly, we go through two different phases, both of them containing Simon. We either say, you know what, I'm doing so well right now, I'm doing so great right now, I don't really need a Savior. I don't really need this Jesus. I don't need to be in a relationship with this Jesus. Everything is going great and everything's going fine and everything's awesome. And then the other side of the coin, the way he judges the woman, my sins are so great, my sins are so horrible, I am such a wretched, disgusting person that Jesus can't even save me now. That's kind of the two modes that we go into, and at least in my life, that's kind of the way I go into. But often virtue is in the middle, not in the extremes, but in the middle. And you see here, the middle being this woman, knowing how great her sins are, knowing how hard her sins are, knowing that she is in need of forgiveness, in need of Jesus' love, and putting her faith into action, going forth and kissing his feet, washing his feet, being in relationship, not ceasing to not try to grab that relationship with Jesus, to enter into a relationship with Jesus. She is sitting there ready to go. That is the relationship. That is the middle way, so to speak, the forgiveness that Jesus seeks. She knows her sins are great, but she's willing to do something about it. She's willing to seek Jesus, seek after Jesus in that way. There's also the sense here of the 500 days' wages and the 50 days' wages. I don't know about you, but I cannot work for 50 days and be able to live a lifestyle. Some of y'all might be able to have that luxury. We need to understand that both debts were massive debts. Both debts were insurmountable debts. But Jesus forgives them out of love, a free gift. Jesus' salvation is free. It's not something that we can necessarily earn, but our faith must be put into action. That's that middle ways too, of saying, oh, let me just have faith and I don't need to do anything else. Or, oh, I need to earn my salvation. No, we have to have that middle way. Virtue's in the middle. So we have to have faith, but have our faith put into action. Look at the end of this thing. Your faith has saved you. Saved used there as an action verb. So faith must have some kind of action property in there. And so today, let us have the courage, the strength to take our faith, recognize our sinfulness, but also recognize the gift that God has freely given to us through the resurrection, death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.